Hi, my name's Matt and I'd like to welcome you to this Zindiac training video. Minimum viable products and services. So this is consistent with complexity thinking, which basically says, in simple terms, the world is too complex, we can't know everything, so we can't possibly plan too far ahead. Yeah, the further ahead we try to look, the less likely we are to be able to predict what's coming. So I can predict what I'm going to have for tea tonight because I've agreed it with my family what we're having for tea, so I'm fairly sure that's what we're going to have, barring unforeseen circumstances occurring. But it's highly likely. What I'm going to have for tea next Thursday or the Thursday afterwards, or next year, who knows? Yeah, I can't predict that far ahead. There's too many complex things. The world is a complex system. We live in a complex system. So minimum viable product fits in really well with that, because at each stage of delivery of a product or service, we're producing a minimum viable product to get feedback, to gain greater understanding of the complexity, so we can move forward iteratively and incrementally. So this very much aligns with agile thinking, lean startup, and so on. Typically has three key characteristics. Enough value that people are willing to use or buy it. And I've highlighted use because your minimum viable product or service might not be a minimum marketable product or service. So clearly you could develop all sorts of products and services that were you could develop a car that was a car, but that no one would want to buy. You could develop a mobile phone that no one would want to buy. That would be a minimum viable product. It would be the thing you try to do, but it's just not marketable. It can be useful in the journey to developing the product. So in the journey to developing a car manufacturers start with a designer doing a sketch on a piece of paper, and at that stage, that is a minimum viable product that people are willing to use to say, oh yeah, that looks good, I'd like that car, before we put into a CAD CAM system. So we've got now maybe a virtual reality headset out of that, so you can have a virtual reality car to look at, which people will use to say, yeah, I really like that. Can you make it into a physical thing? And obviously then they build prototypes. They have the claim. I believe they still do the claim model, working prototypes on their own, test driving and so on, before you eventually get to a final product that people can buy. So along the way, they can use it before you get to the one that they can buy. Potential for enough benefit to retain for those who are early adopters. If you're developing something iteratively and incrementally. I'm developing this course iteratively and incrementally. So you may be watching this video right now, which is part of our High Velocity IT course, but you can't watch the whole course because I haven't recorded it all. But I am releasing it as we go, because I want to add value to you, to the early adopters who are looking at it, but also to get feedback, so I can get feedback to try and improve future iterations, future videos. And then when we've got the whole course, at some point we'll go back and learn the lessons of the later one. So it's a continual improvement. We're never standing still. We're continually improving and trying to make the whole course better. And obviously that leads me perfectly onto feedback loops guide future development. So if you have got any feedback on this course, if you're liking it, great, give me a thumbs up, please subscribe. But also, if there's anything that you think is missing or could be improved, please put it in the comments. Practices for which a minimum viable approach is relevant. Again, high impact ones only. And again, I've highlighted portfolio management because it's the one you need to know more for the exam. So portfolio management, using the concept of a minimum viable product as a dynamic decision-making tool to support good investments in the portfolio of features within a product or service. I'm not going to read the whole table out. You can obviously read it for yourself. If you buy the full course package, which you will be able to do at zindac.co.uk, you will get a copy of these slides so you can read all the detail you need for the exam yourself, and obviously that includes an exam code for the exam. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You'll see a link to subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and you'll see links to more high velocity IT videos as well. Thank you for watching, and you'll see me soon.